of sharing a little bit of GAN which can actually help wannabe entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs who are already here in fixing up certain flip-flops which can happen in their journey throughout the life. Now, first of all, we need to ask ourselves, why should I be an entrepreneur? When I ask, I keep meeting a lot of new, young, vibrant guys who come and say, I want to be an entrepreneur. And when I ask them, why do you want to be an entrepreneur? Not many of them have convincing answers. I've been even told that I did not get campus placement, so then I have to do something on my own. And so I have to do. My parents wanted me to get into business, so I'm doing it. Then funny answers which I've got is, well, everyone is doing it, so I also should do it because that's more money, more success. I tell them, no, stop, rethink. Being an entrepreneur is nothing less than like being a superstar or being a sports person. Not all of us can be awesome performers in those arenas, right? Similarly, entrepreneurship is not a cup of tea for everyone. For the simple challenge that it faces, you may actually end up being a big loser. So essential qualities of entrepreneurship has to be there in the individual who really is focused on being an entrepreneur and making it big in the life. And among them, my mentor, Mr. Murli Gopalan, he told, Arun, to be an entrepreneur, one of the most essential qualities which I look for is, you should be a little bit mad. And he said, I see that madness in you, Arun, so go ahead and jump into the venture. It is true. You need to be a little bit crack. You need to think off the beat. You need to take that extra risk which a normal person does not take. It comes with its own risks and its tags attached. I just wanted to spend some time over here to help you understand certain concepts which I just developed today morning. I woke up and I was like thinking, what should I go and speak upon? And I thought, okay, why not do something on A to Z of business success? When ISRO team had to carry our missiles and rocket parts on cycles at our own Tumba in Trivandrum, they could not imagine that we could achieve at one stage what even big-time developed countries like America and Russia at one point of time could not achieve. And we did it in style, right? Build up your business acumen. Work in the grassroots level. You should have a grassroots level connect so that you get a lot of GAN. I am a corporate trainer also, so I keep traveling across India and I get my biggest dose of GAN from no one else but auto drivers. Whenever I travel, my cabbie or the auto driver are the people who bombard, and they love to talk, provided you encourage them. So you know, if I go to Pune, I know where to get the biscuits, you know, where to get the chickies. So all those information, small things. But then what happens? Tomorrow when someone needs an information on Pune, I have so much of information around me, you know. So what we normally do is we tend to stick around with people who are of our caliber, who think like us, who are from the same status. What happens is we are limiting our knowledge. By dealing with auto drivers and keeping a company of people who may be a makeup artist or who could be a film actor, I am actually expanding my horizon of knowledge. When I spend time with those people, I am getting tips and updates which actually help me to help other people around me. You should have a personal advisory board who can actually mentor you. It doesn't matter how big you grow. If you have some people who can actually help you to think different. When you have a business in passion, let me tell you my classic example. Parivartan was started 6 years back and I started with zero budget. The only investment I made is a laptop. I was a single man army. During that stage, what I did is I randomly went around to different clients, get the projects. I was everything, all in all. Let's say I used to be the clerk, I used to be the peon, I used to be the telephone attendant, I used to do everything. So my investment was zero. And I made some couple of reputed clients, some goodwill clients which I made. It really got me going. It was then, at the end of 1 year, that tragedy struck. I got brain aneurysm. It's a kind of hemorrhage, and I ended up in the hospital with 50% chance of survival. When I was pushed into the surgery, I had only 80% chance of retaining my voice, 50% chance of movement, and 30% chance of memory loss. That was my biggest challenge as an entrepreneur, even though it was not related to my entrepreneurship. My baby, my Parivartan, was not even 1 year old. It was 11 months into operation that this struck. And I didn't have a team. It was just like, I had my clients. I didn't know what to do. And I was not even sure whether I'm going to come back alive from the surgery hall. So when I was pushed into the surgery hall, the last words to my wife was, whatever happens, Hindu, make sure that legacy of Parivartan continues. And those words were what I told her, which I don't remember, but it seems that is what I told. And that got me thinking. God was great. He put me back in action. And that gave me the determination to come back and start Parivartan once again. Severe social opposition was there. My relatives, my parents were not so happy because they all blamed my entrepreneurship for my illness. I said, like, no, I cannot blame Parivartan or my business for whatever personal tragedy happened to me, because my body has been giving me signs which I chose to ignore. I ran after my entrepreneurial venture without taking care of my health. Now, coming back to advisory board, when I wanted to start my office in Panampalli Nagar, before starting that, I had 3 options. Okay, I was living in Kakinad. There was an office which I found out near Kakinad, and for me, traveling to office in Cochin was a tough task. So I thought I'll get an office near my house. And I had almost narrowed down on it, but last minute I felt like, no, I shouldn't do it. I took 2 of my friends along, okay, one lady and a guy, and I took them to all the 3 offices and I showed them. And I asked them, what do you think is the best? Well, the guy said, infrastructure-wise, the Kakinad, the one near my house, is the best, so why don't you go for it? But the lady said, no, Arun, I think Panampalli Nagar will be a better option for you. Because that will get you, it's a premium for the people who are out of this place. It's a premium locality. Invest a bit more, get that place, and see, I'm sure it will help you to get better business. And she was an employee. She was not an entrepreneur. She was just working in a construction company, and she was the HR person there. And she gave me this idea, and I thought about it. I said, like, yeah, probably what she has makes sense. I had to take some trouble to arrange the finance, and I got the office in Panampalli Nagar. Today, that small decision, which my advisor, let me tell you, that friend of mine, I call her my advisor, gave me, is actually what has pushed my company to the next level. Today, I have people coming all the way from Trivandrum, Pathanamthitta, Kollam, Calicut, Kodamangalam, all the way here. They are coming weekly, twice or thrice for self-improvement. But if I had an office in Kakinad, it would not have been like that. The place, the address that you carry really matters. And for me, my advisor at that point was my friend, a young girl of 24 years. So while I was thinking of more of emotional and convenience of travel while choosing my office, an advisor who is not having an emotional attachment, who thinks more practically, will be able to help you to put your things in place. Always have a weekly review. Just 2 questions you need to ask yourself every week. What is it that new that you know about yourself? Have you discovered something new about yourself? 1. 2. What is it that you know about your company that you didn't know last week? Keep yourself abreast of what is happening and what is the new thing that you're learning. By challenging yourself like this, you will be able to improve your in-depth knowledge about yourself. C for competency. Never do a business that you don't know. One simple funda, and I want to stop with that. There's nothing else. If you start doing a business where you don't have a competency, you can be sure that failure is knocking on your door. You just have to open it. Don't give in or give up. As you start your journey of entrepreneurship, you will be faced with a lot of challenges. There will be a lot of pressures on you. It could be financial, it could be social, it could be personal, and even professional. It could be even competitors giving you a harrowing time, you know. So you need to be too careful not to give in and give up, because the moment you are giving in and giving up, you are actually losing out on the race. You have to take that trouble, you have to take that pain, and just motivate yourself every day while going to bed, every day while waking up in the morning. Make sure that you tell and motivate yourself that this is not the end. I want to give it, I want to push it a little bit more. Do it for 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, 1 month, and trust me, then it becomes easier. Never become an entrepreneur unless you enjoy what you are planning to do. If you are not going to find enjoyment, if you are not going to have fun doing what you want to do, there is no passion. Because if you are passionate about something, you will love doing what you do. And if you don't have passion, you will never make it anywhere. So, enjoyment becomes a trigger. And that is the reward of entrepreneurship. When you're working for a company, you may be having a job which you don't like. But then, as an entrepreneur, you have the right to choose your job. And then choose a job where you can actually love your job. Next is to have faith. And you cannot have faith unless you have a dream. So dream big. I'm not going to tell you to dream small. Make it big. Why not? Look around you. Successful people who have made it big have started small. Nowadays I find that majority of us want to start big. You need investment of 50 lakhs plus. I need to, even for a restaurant, one person was telling, I need to start a restaurant and I need 30 lakhs. I was like, why do you need 30 lakhs? No, I need to set up air condition, completely full. The basic tendency of a person is that, by opening up a swanky restaurant and sitting on the bill counter like a boss and giving orders, that is not what I call entrepreneurship. That is old school. It used to be like that 20 years back in our grandparents' and parents' age. Things don't work like that. Today, the boss-employee concept will not gel among the young people. You have to work with them shoulder to shoulder. You cannot expect them to follow you. You cannot expect to even lead them, because they have their egos, and they are more aware. So you have to work with them, walk along with them, take them along, and that is the only mantra where you can succeed as an entrepreneur. Have faith in what you're doing and have a dream. Without a dream, an entrepreneur is nothing but just another plain human being. Goals. See, when you have a goal in life, it actually shows. A person without a goal in life, an aim in life, is like beating around the bush. You just go around doing things. I know of a lady who has done her graduation. She did not get campus placement. So she went to do her PG, she did not get placed again. She did another PG, and now she was doing that second thing when I met her, second post-graduation. And I asked her, what if you don't get a job after this also? She's like, then I'll go for my doctorate, PhD. And after that, then I think I'll get married. So see, here it's like just going around studying, it's not going to help you. When people say that, after my BBA, shall I go for a job or should I take an MBA? I recommend you go for a job. You can do your MBA along with your work. Because right now, what matters is your work experience. What you've gained in practical knowledge. And trust me, if you are an entrepreneur, even if you are a failed entrepreneur, you will still have market value in the job market. Many of my clients have told me directly that I prefer to take an entrepreneur who has tried something and has failed, rather than taking a fresher who doesn't know anything about anything. Have a goal in your life. It could be a performance-based goal, it could be a financial-based goal, and it could be a success-based goal. Every company should have these 3 goals. Set it like goal for 1 year. At the end of 1 year, how will be my performance? Will I be growing my organization? Will I have infrastructure updates happening? Will I have financial progress? If so, what is the financial progress that it is supposed to bring? And then there should be a success goal also, in terms of success. Success I'm not defining, because for every individual, success is unique. So it's not about how much money you make or how much fame you make. For some people, it may be more of job satisfaction. They may not be making big money, but they're happy what they're doing. So I will still call them, you're successful. Humility. This is something we tend to forget as we grow. Okay, in Malayalam there is a saying, Vanna vari marakam padilla. Never forget the path through which you came. One small example I can tell you is one lady was telephoned from a hospital telling that your husband has been admitted after an accident, and the lady is all like worried, and she comes running to the hospital, and the front office lady tells, okay, this is the ward and this is the room and this is the bed, so your husband is currently there, go and locate. She explains, okay, and this lady, because of her emotional state, she's totally turbulent and she's running around corner and she's not able to find that room, and she's like too much in a shock that she's not even able to ask people help. And the owner, the main doctor, the person who runs the hospital, he was coming out of his cabin and he sees this totally worried and running around lady, and he asked, what happened, how can I help you? And the lady is like telling, she told me this is the ward, this is the bed, I'm not able to find it. And this gentleman, what he does is, please come with me. He took her, and it was on the same floor, and he took her and put her in the ward and said, don't worry ma'am, it is my own hospital, but it takes, at times even I tend to forget where the ward is and where the room is. Okay. Now if I ask you, what is it that he did? There was nothing. But if you look from the point of view of that worried and totally confused lady at that point, it was a big thing that he did. Rather than blaming her, rather than, I can imagine someone else, I have a person in mind, if it was that individual who is a doctor, he would have actually shouted at the lady and said, how stupid can you be? It's in the same ward. Don't you see the numbers? It's all put up here. Just go and find it out. It would have added to the emotional burden of the lady, right? So simple things like being humble in what you're doing and to treat your customer like a king actually helps you go that extra mile. Integrity. Never lose your ethics. Never lose your values and culture that you stand for. And that is exactly what will actually make your success sustainable. Success can be easily attained. Majority of Indians, we are sharp, we are smart, we are technically more advanced, and we can easily attain success. The problem with us Indians is, once we are successful, we don't know how to manage success. And that is when the downfall starts. So it's all about having an integrity. You should not make promises which you are not able to keep. Let's say you're telling your employees, be honest, and if they see you being dishonest with your clients, it doesn't work. They are gonna do the same thing to you. If like the king will be the people in his kingdom. Be always clean and organized. If you have an office space, make sure that other people, be it your clients, your employees who come to you, maintain a good image and impression about you, without which they are gonna think that you're a man of or a lady of who doesn't have integrity and cleanliness around you. Find balances to stay focused, in the sense, always find a balance in work life. A person who is able to manage his work and his life will have more of integrity and will have more of time. It's when things start going wrong that we actually forget about our values and culture. An entrepreneur's mind, his brain is a factory. It's a factory of decision making. All the time it's churning out decisions by the second, by the minute. And it's all about judging every minute, and every move and every challenge is what you should be judging about. You have to judge right. One wrong judgment and probably your entire business can turn topsy-turvy. Keep trying. Now here, can you please click on that? It's a video. It's a short video which I shot at my home some years back, where I saw this small little insect. It's an ant. Yeah, just click on it. Thank you. The small ant was trying to carry something. It's a leaf. And then it faced the challenge. At that point, the leaf gets stuck. And what does it do? It is trying harder. It doesn't move. And now, the ant gets on top of the leaf. It observes it observes the problem from different angles. It prepares itself. It readies itself. It approaches the problem from a different angle. And then see what happens. So it's all about, I wish that I had the camera in the hand and I was seeing it live in front of me. A small insect like an ant can tackle such a big managerial issue in such a simple way. Why can't we humans who are so much more intelligent, why can't we do it, right? Keep trying, never give up. Think of different options. I'm sure that it will work.